One of our favorite sponsors is back with us, Sunset Lake CBD.
Yeah.
If you're looking for CBD that actually does what CBD is supposed to do, look no further than our friends over at Sunset Lake.
Let me break it down.
Break it down, Mel.
They're sustainably farmed, meaning they avoid pesticides and use sustainable farming practices to preserve the land for future generations. 1. 2, farm to table. They ship the CBD products straight from their door in Vermont directly to your door wherever you're at.
Oh, that's cool.
And third party tested. They test everything with a third party to ensure quality, dosage, and safety.
You got to go over and check out sunsetlakecbd.com. They have so many products. Break it down for them, Apple.
Well, they've got some new stuff going on. Like they always had pre-rolls, but now they got really cool packaging for it. And you can get CBD pre-roll flights of all their flavors. You can get the heavy hitter flight that also throws in some of their Keef blunts. They have a new CBD recovery body lotion.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other?
The other one with arnica.
The extra strength muscle rub, 3,000 milligram with 5% lidocaine.
So look,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
lidocaine.
sore, this is the stuff you want to rub on your body to make those aches and pains go away. They even have CBD infused coffee, so you can have coffee without the little jitter that you get from caffeine, and you have it in the morning and you start your day off right. Your body feels lubricated. You're going to sleep good.
Yeah, and also they have, if you kind of forget to reorder, they've got subscriptions.
And they're giving the No Simple Road family 20% off.
20% off.
Put
with
in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out at sunsetlakecbd.com. You're going to get 20% off your entire order.
NSR20.
And don't forget those cute little gummy bears.
That's right. sunsetlakecbd.com, one of our favorite sponsors, is back.
Why can't every day be like this? No Simple Road. Yeah, no, I've been on that road too.
Sounds like they should move here.
Welcome to No Simple Roads Weekly Rewind.
Yay.
Brought in collaboration with Melt Premium Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Melt.
Melt mushroom chocolate.
Tell us about Melt Mushrooms, Apple.
Melt is the perfect thing for me, and I'm sure for you this time of year. It is. Christmas is over. All the hustle
No,
and
it's
bustle
not.
is done.
Yeah, it
Christmas is over, and we're heading into New Year's. And a new year, what better way to start your new year with a new mindset that will be brought to
Wow.
you by Melt Mushroom Chocolates.
Wow, dude.
They have 9 flavors now, correct?
Yes, soon to
Okay.
be 10.
Soon to be 10, and these are the premium chocolate. They have a blend of other mushrooms in them, and if you want these, you go to @meltmushrooms
Plural.
on
Instagram.
Instagram. You shoot them a DM, and then they will quickly and politely respond with a menu for you to peruse, to look at all the flavors and pick out what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the thing.
Yeah, and then you pick those out, and
Boom.
what is it? Is it still, what's the promo?
I think the promo is still BOGO.
So you buy one, you
Yep.
get one free.
And if it's not that, they'll let you know what it is.
Yeah, they'll tell you. But the whole thing is, melting away all the stress of the holidays easily and carefree with a little bit of Melt Premium Mushroom Chocolates. And hey, if you're not into chocolates, they have capsules too. So go check them out. They are helping to provide sustenance to the No Simple Road family, mentally, physically, spiritually, and otherwise. So you should go check them out. Yeah. So
And they're delicious.
I just have to say, first off,
We got some Melt Mushrooms in our stockings.
we did.
Santa hooked us up.
Merry Christmas, everybody. And you probably noticed that today is what day is it?
What day are you going to put it out tonight?
Tomorrow, Wednesday. Hey, today's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Woo, yeah, yes. And we didn't have an episode on Monday, which was Christmas. And I'm going to give you the whole story why right now. So
It's Christmas, period.
I just said, yeah.
it was
The
Christmas and we didn't do it. No. So Sunday, our son was here and we were relaxing and having a great time. And then Mel and I fell asleep and I woke up Monday morning Christmas morning, and after the crazy songs that are in my head first thing in the morning played, then I thought, oh shit, we didn't put out a Monday episode. And then I proceeded to make 1,000 excuses as to why we didn't put out said episode. I was like, well, it's Christmas. And then, but Simon was here and nobody's going to listen to it anyway. Who listens to a podcast on Christmas Day? And then I got up and did Christmas. So that's what happened.
Yeah. So
That's
basically, like Mel said, what happened was Christmas.
It was Christmas.
Yeah.
That's long-winded, short-winded. It was Christmas.
Yeah.
Y'all know you probably were opening your presents, spending some time with your family you haven't seen in a while, or maybe the family that you have seen and love. And yeah, so we were all of us were busy, including you, including us.
Yep.
And we took that time to spend it with our babies.
And we had a really, really amazing, calm, quiet, cool, and collected Christmas here at No Simple Road.
I say it was the most relaxing Christmas in recent memory.
Yeah.
But
It helps that I can't remember last Christmas.
I can't either.
Yeah, that's true. It is hard to. When I said that to Simon, what was your favorite? It was like last year. What'd we do?
I
was
don't
like, we hung out, things.
I don't remember
It was
it
cool.
at all.
This one was very relaxed though, and like everybody's gifts, like I said yesterday, lended towards like self-care and relaxation, and massagers and things, and just it was a great day.
I got what do you call the thing that you got me? Do you know, Mel?
It's an eye massager.
It's like
A heated eye massager
It's
with
the dopest
Bluetooth
shit.
music.
it looks like ski goggles, but you can't see out of them. It's completely black when you put them on. There's like leather on the inside of them, and then you turn them on, and it massages your eyes.
Don't make it more complicated.
But it is. It's more complicated than that.
Well, that does like your orbital eye socket on the insides, and it goes around the outside.
Yeah,
and then it
thank
kind of
you, Al.
pinches the bridge of your nose and works its way down. That's my
eye
favorite
massage.
when it pinches your nose, and it's almost too much pressure where it's like, oh, and then it releases,
and it connects
dope.
to your phone with Bluetooth. So after everything was said and done Christmas morning, I sat in the Lazy Boy and I put those things on and I listened to the Split Open and Melt from Dick's this year. And Jesus Christ, man. When I was done, I felt like I had taken a Valium. Like,
Yeah, it definitely made it feel like, because then you did that too. I love that you're all excited. You're like, dude, just shut up. Come sit in the chair.
shh,
So
try
sit in the
this.
chair. Hold on. No, I'm going to put music on. You sit there and you do it. And threw on Split Open and Melt and went on a little eye massage journey.
It's the coolest thing ever, man.
I want one
Mel,
after feeling that.
Yes.
how was your Christmas?
It was great.
That's it.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back.
It's more than that
Well,
here.
there's a lot of reasons why it was great. There's one reason why it could have been better, and then there's a million reasons why it was great.
What's the one reason it could have been better?
If Jasper had been here.
No,
with Sydney.
if the kids were together,
If
because
our-
it really bummed Simon out that Ryder and Sydney wasn't here. Like, of course he loves us and is having a good time with us, and his girlfriend and all that. But like, you come home, you want everybody to be home and like, exchange gifts and laugh and take pictures. And we got to do that with Sydney and Jasper and Adam while they were here. And then Simon joined the festivities one day after they left. And so that made me a little bit sad because I could tell that it bothered him a little bit.
Yeah.
But we got to spend some really incredible like alone time with Simon and like joke around, and he made us the most incredible Christmas dinner. And everybody that's listening to this, if you back up a few weeks ago, I think it was the episode before December 4th, where we were talking about Christmas and what we would do to change it, and what it means to us all these years, all that stuff. And then we talked about what we wanted to be. And this year was, I feel like, exactly what I wanted it to be.
We broke tradition this year.
We broke the tradition. We still got a tree. So that was one thing that I was like saying, oh, I don't like getting trees because it's so expensive and you just throw them away. But this year we went to Rhythm's ground and got the most gorgeous tree, and it was a piece of the Raverts and that land in our home, and so it felt extra special. And then because we had, like I said, like the two different groups of people at the house, it felt like a nice long Christmas. You know what I mean? Usually Christmas comes, it's one day, it's done, that's it. But this kind of felt like, you know, it was like a week the whole month of December. Jasper was basically here until, you know, the 20th.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a little sad. Sydney was supposed to stay till she thought she was supposed to stay till the 22nd. And then on the 19th, she says that she's got to leave on the 20th. So,
you were talking about dinner.
But we were talking about dinner. Anyway, Simon made, you and Simon, Aaron helped. What is it? What did he make? Bulgogi.
Korean
marinated
barbecue.
for like 2 days.
Oh my God.
And then
so
barbecued outside. I walked outside. I was doing something. I can't even remember what I was doing. And I walked outside. I was like, what? Barbecue's happening? I thought it was going to be like a pan fry. I didn't know what was going on.
I like the look on your face. You came up to see what we were doing. Like, what boring things are they doing? And we're like,
because it was quiet in the house.
What's going on? Yeah, it was. Yeah, we were all outside.
Yeah, everybody's outside, and it was really cold, actually.
Yeah.
So everybody's like hanging out outside. What is happening? So that was just really special that we got to make a non-traditional, non-turkey, non-ham dinner, which that's freaking rad. And Simon got to, you know, kind of spoil us with what he wanted us to make. And it was just a really great, the three of us, me, Aaron, and Apple, and Simon, and Darwin. It was really sweet.
And I love to, I got to add in here too, that Simon is awesome when it comes to things. He's like Ryder, like where they go about something and they're never going to admit defeat.
No.
And he ended up making it work. The wood. We got a bunch of wood from the grocery store and we filled the propane tank to have heat out on the patio, but he was going around collecting stuff all around our house.
It's been raining for like the last 3 months here.
Yeah, and Aaron and me are telling him, it's not going to burn, dude. It's not going to burn. Everything's wet. And he went around for hours in the morning, got a pile of like kindling and small logs and everything. We're like, okay, dude. And he made it work.
Dude, and he
was out
burned
there for
every
hours.
piece of.
He did.
He got it going.
Showed the old dudes what's up.
He had dryer lint for kindling. He had all kinds of sand. He got it going and ended up with an awesome fire that we all sat around for an hour or more watching him do it and everybody was throwing pieces in, and it was fun. That was awesome.
The funny part was when Aaron came in before I had gone outside to see you guys, and he's like, Simon's trying to make a fire with wet logs. It's not gonna happen, but I'm not gonna say anything. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
After he'd already said something,
yes,
and then he said something to you.
Then I go outside and the friggin' fire's like roaring, like we're throwing twigs in it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Hey,
Won't
he made it work. Yeah,
I was wrong. I first to admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. He did. My favorite part of this Christmas was Christmas morning. I wake up and I'm gonna stumble out to the kitchen to get my coffee and whatever. And
can I tell the real long version was Aaron and I are in bed, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go out and like, you know, make the coffee." And I was like, wait a minute, Simon promised us he's going to make us mochas this morning. He's like, man, I ain't trying to wait for him. He's going to wake up all late and stuff. I was like, all right. So then Aaron walks out.
And I see Simon sitting on the couch, and I'm like, well, hey, what's up, dude? And he's like, you ready for your coffee? And I was like, yeah. And I go in the kitchen, and he had set up
a pop-up
coffee shop on our island, like, looked like a little mini Starbucks. And
he put some effort in. He turned the whole, that thing's big.
Oh, yeah.
He turned it around, had it out from the window, so he looked like the server.
Yeah. And hooked up.
Aaron calls me. He's like, Mel, you got to come out here and look. And I walk out and see Simon with the whole freaking setup. And it was so cute and sweet.
If there's one direct line to my heart, it's with coffee in the morning. Like if you like,
and especially being
I don't
served,
know.
you always say,
yeah.
I want a butler just to make coffee for me.
If you ever wanted to know, like, I don't know what to do nice for Aaron, like, just make me coffee in the morning and we're good from now on. Like, that's all it takes. This kid, man.
He must have set his alarm to wake up before
He
all
had
of
to
us,
have.
because he never wakes up
No.
before us.
No, he said that he wanted to wake up so that he can get the coffee going, and he wanted to make cinnamon rolls. The cinnamon rolls didn't happen, but that didn't even matter because
No.
he made us these like special mochas. I don't even know how he did
I don't
it.
either.
They were so good.
And hey, guess what, everybody? You know, if you've been listening to the show for a while, you know that I've always wanted to have a coffee sponsor for No Simple Road. I'm not going to tell you who just yet, but just know that in January, we have a new sponsor coming to No Simple Road. If you pay attention to our Instagram stories, you may be able to figure out who it is. But I am so stoked to have a sponsor that is coffee for No Simple Road. There couldn't be a more perfect fit either. I can't wait to tell everybody who it is.
No, that's exciting. I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that also. Okay, so you
Big
said your
announcement,
favorite
yeah.
part was Simon's pop-up coffee shop.
Yeah, by far.
Apple, what was your favorite Christmas memory so far?
I would say dinner last night.
Aw.
That was really fun because that kind of surprised me too. I knew Aaron had bought charcoal, but it didn't seem like we were going to barbecue anything.
It didn't.
And Aaron,
It was cold and windy outside. It was kind of rainy and sleety.
You went to take a shower. You were downstairs, and Simon's in the kitchen, like getting everything ready. Which I love the way Simon. It's a big to do about everything.
Oh yeah,
Because he uses every dish, he uses everything to make these awesome meals. But I see him walk by, and then he comes back a minute later, just like kind of head down. Like I was like, "What's up, dude?" I was like, "Do you need help or something?" Yes. Would you? He was looking for you, but you were in the shower, and he's like, "Can you help me get the barbecue out and get it going?" Because we had a back.
That's a whole kerfluffle.
He had an almost wedge between Mel's car and the garage, and I was like, "We got to move her car a little, dude. That's not going to fit." You're right. You're right. So we moved the car. Got it. It was like a fun to do, and then we got out there and we showed him how to do the charcoal and stuff, and then it was like an hour and a half of cooking. You came out. We had to get more coals going.
You know,
it was a whole to do for this just incredible meal that was fun, taking our time doing it. And then Mel came up, discovered what we were doing. It was like, oh shit, I got to join the party.
It was a Christmas surprise, barbecue Christmas surprise.
And then it was just so damn good. That
Oh my
meat had been
gosh.
in the fridge for, like Mel said, for like 2 days marinating. So it was so tender and fall apart and flavorful, better than any Korean barbecue I'd ever had.
Dude, he marinated that in soy sauce, brown sugar, and then he took a microplaner to an Asian pear and microplaned the Asian pear into the sauce with green onions and
ginger
and garlic. Oh, dude.
I ate so much. Like I overstuffed I kept eating until my stomach literally could not stretch
I think we
anymore.
all did. I ate too much last night. This morning, I was kind of
we
like,
didn't even have dessert.
gosh.
We were like, I couldn't even tolerate anything else.
Toilets of the world. Today is your Holocaust.
We finished, and you guys ended up on the couch watching The Grinch. Simon was playing his guitar. I think he was too hyped up to like sit down and.
That
get
was
in and
dope.
hang.
I fell asleep last night listening to my son play flamenco on his guitar.
He sounds, man, that guitar. He sounds so
amazing.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty dope Christmas, man. And so
Oh, and then I love my hat. Oh.
yeah, you got
Aaron
a
and
dope
Mel
hat.
got me. If you're a listener, you've heard us talk about them. Probably seen the woven free corduroy hat. It's so comfy and warm and just dope.
Fits you, dude. It fits you. Mel, what was your favorite moment?
My favorite Christmas moment?
Yeah.
Simon giving me my present. That little sweet angel
What did he
heart.
get you?
Well, first of all, he got me a gift certificate, so it's not like a big, thing. So he like drew on the back like mom, all beautiful, and I open it up and it's this place that he'd been telling me about that I need to go to, and he's like, well, you're always taking care of everybody and you need it yourself. So I don't want to, make your appointment for you or anything, but I just want you to have a good time. And just his thought for me in that way, that's what I love. The thoughtfulness.
Yeah, he was super thoughtful.
It could have been $20, but he would have been like, Mom, here's $20 to get that,
it's
honey
it's
that you love
that
from whatever,
Well,
like it's just
what's it a gift card to Walmart?
No, it's a gift card to a spa, Not Springs. So
yeah, you're gonna have a blast.
Very excited about that.
I'm gonna have to go with you.
All the self-care stuff. Well, I got Aaron and Mel float tank sessions
I'm
to go
doubly
float
stoked
and
about.
relax.
Well, and then Aaron got me my own handheld gun massager a few years back. I got one for Ryder for his birthday because he came home from a trip saying how amazing this thing was. And he's like, I want that. And it was like his birthday was coming up, say like a week or so. So I went out and I like bought this bitchin' ass one because I was like, wanted him to have it. And he freaking loved it. And
he uses it all the time.
And we all
borrow it all the time.
And I got my own yesterday and it is amazing.
Yeah.
And who would have thunk and who would have known that the theme this year was going to be self-care, but we all did. We all
did it independent of each other.
Yeah.
We didn't discuss
Nobody
that.
knew anything about that,
That was my favorite at the end of the evening too. You and Aaron and Mel are on the couch using we call it the shut the fuck up gun.
Yeah.
Because you go up and you do it to somebody, they could be like angry. They could be like, you son of a, and then as soon as you touch it to, they're like, oh. they're both sitting on the couch. I just heard Mel going, oh yeah, right there. Oh shit. Aaron's getting the footsies done and going, oh shit.
It's the best.
You know what? As hard as I've been physically working over this Christmas, that's literally the best thing that I could have gotten. And it wasn't just because it was a gift. You know what I mean? It was like all of it.
This Christmas felt like Christmas. Like it's the together part that makes it fun and doing stuff as a family. Like we all went out the day before Christmas. Was it Christmas Eve that we did that, or the day
go
before?
Out to eat?
Yeah, we went to the Mongolian Grill.
Oh, that was Saturday. That was Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and that was so fun. Like going and running errands together and going to different grocery stores and going to fucking dumb Target and just running around.
I got to tell you, because me, Simon, and Mel had never been to the Mongolian Grill. Aaron has.
So
we're just like, okay, yeah, it's right here. It's in the same part. That sounds good. Let's go. We get in, and all three of us are like, it's like a buffet style, and you go.
Not really.
It looks like a buffet style.
I mean, it's a buffet style. You go like a salad bar style.
Yes.
Is better. You go and you pick out all your veggies, you pick out all your meats, and Simon's already like, I feel like I'm doing all the work here for them.
Like, I don't want to come back here.
Mel's like, I don't think that
definitely said that.
all three of us were just kind of like, okay, picking stuff out. Aaron's got this childlike smile on his face because he's done it before. And then you go up there, and it's got the big rotating like grill thing.
It doesn't rotate.
Huh?
It doesn't rotate. It does not.
It doesn't rotate.
No.
I thought it did rotate.
No.
Okay, it doesn't rotate, but it's round.
Yes.
It doesn't rotate?
No, it does not rotate. I promise.
You know what? That makes sense. If it rotated, they get
they
them
would
mixed
never
up.
figure out
That's
whose
right.
stuff is what.
So I was rotating.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Yes, you were.
So Aaron's just smiling, watching him do his stuff up and everything, and then we all get ours, and it was amazing. We're all sitting there going,
eating,
okay.
Everybody's like, oh my God, this is so good. Mel's like, I take it back. I take back everything I said.
This is
in
really
line.
good.
Well, because we had gone to Korean barbecue and they bring you all the meat and all the stuff.
That's different.
And I fucking hated it. I mean, I had a great time because we had good company, but I hated the food part. I just wanted to drink water.
And Korean barbecue is expensive too.
Yeah, I don't want to see raw chicken before I eat it unless I'm cooking it at my own house. It just doesn't appease me to see that. Like,
this is different though.
Then we get to the end of the meal, and then we also find out Aaron's other fetish is involved in this. They bring you little ice cream sundaes, and he's just like smiling.
Oh, yeah.
It was so fun and so good.
You did look like a cute little little tyke.
It was
all
fun.
smiley
Like,
and
it was
happy.
dope watching you guys go from shitting all over it to like, we need to come back here again sometime.
I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying that.
Okay.
I said it, I think.
Okay,
yeah,
So
I was
did
gonna say.
Simon. And I think Simon said the same thing. He's like, this beats the shit out of Korean barbecue, and it's like a fourth of the price.
Yeah, it was just really fun watching your whole attitude change, and it was just fun being together, man. It just is. You know, the three of us spend a lot of time together. Like, we're traveling together, we're going to shows together,
Yeah.
we're here at the house together a lot. Like, we live together and we work together.
Yeah.
But there's something about spending time together like that
Yeah.
that's different.
where it's none of those things that you said. It's not the things that we have to do.
We're not,
It's
we're not
something-
traveling anywhere.
Yeah.
There's no rush.
Also, which rarely happens, when you get the opportunity to introduce a new restaurant to
Yeah, that's
everybody,
true.
because we always do. It's like, tired of Indian food, tired of Thai. We do all the same things because that's what is around us, and that was a treat.
Yeah, it was good. I
would do it again.
would recommend 10 out of 10.
Yes. Yep.
The service was great. I will say that.
That too.
Yeah, she was a sweetheart. Then today, it's just weird. There's so much like, I don't want to say it's hype because it's not hype, but there's so much to do about the holidays and Christmas in particular. Like, people are decorating their houses and they're out shopping and they're planning what they're going to have for dinner and they're going to parties and they put up a tree and like there's certain music for Christmas time, and Christmas is its own trippy time of the year that everybody
it's the biggest build up to
Yeah.
anything too.
and also, like, when we were leaving that restaurant the other night, I said, it's too bad we can't be like this all the time. Like, everybody's happy and Merry Christmasing each other and whatever. And then, like, the day after is so weird. It's kind of like falling off a cliff. And I kind of forgot that happens this year for some reason. Like, in years past, I can remember thinking, yeah, the day after Christmas kind of sucks. But this year I was having such a good time. I didn't think anything.
You were in the moment.
Yeah, I didn't think anything of it. And then I woke up today and, like, Simon was
I was gonna
fucking
say,
bitchy today.
First thing Simon said to me, he's all, most depressing day of the year.
Aww.
And I was like, good morning, buddy. He's like, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, you've solidified it. I was already kind of feeling it. And he was getting cranky about everything.
I'm glad I went to work early.
edgy.
Did you tell Mel about our going to lunch almost experience?
No.
This was funny.
She
too.
got texted through the whole thing, but
Okay.
I didn't tell her.
We decided we were hungry, and it's like, oh, nobody feels like cooking. There's nothing here. So we went to this place called Skyline. It's like a good burger diner up the road. And we figured it is packed. It looks like half the staff called out sick the day after.
Two sad
There's
waitresses.
one server and then a couple cooks. And we sat, it took 10 minutes to get seated. Then we sat there for like 15 more minutes she's just busting ass, taking care
Poor
of everything.
thing.
She looked at me a couple times like, I'm trying to get over there. And then we all agree. Aaron's like, I'm ready to leave. And we were
I'm
like,
ready to bounce.
let's go.
And
So
I don't do
we
that.
spent like
once
25 minutes there and got nothing. And we're like, yeah, let's just go.
Once you sit down at a restaurant, it's, at least for me, like, to get up and walk out without even having ordered feels mean. And it's like,
I mean, if you leave in a huff, it's mean. If you don't leave in a huff, it's not mean.
no, there was no huff.
We just got up,
It was like,
walked out,
damn,
and
that
left our
sucks.
waters on the table.
Yeah, I mean, some
Simon got a
people
dum-dum
understand
out of
that.
it.
I've done that before.
It still feels really weird.
I'll bet you she was relieved because it was starting to clear out, and then it started to get packed again.
Dude, that's money walking out the door, though.
Yeah.
You know what
money
I mean?
walking right back in. So
I
you know
guess
what I
that's
mean?
true, yeah.
Like,
Yeah. This day is odd. I don't know.
Well, then I expanded on it. And then we got back here. I was making cod for dinner, but our local grocery store no cod. So I'm like, okay, I got a few things I got to do. I went and did the post office, the tobacco store, and then Fred Meyer's to get cod. Fred Meyer's was insane.
Wait a minute. Stop. For those of you that don't live in the Pacific Northwest, think Walmart grocery store.
Yeah.
That's Fred Meyer.
Yeah, pretty much. And I walk in. I was kind of amazed at how many people were there. That everybody's shopping the day after Christmas bargain. They had huge bins up front with just like all the leftover Christmas decorations, like everything was just dumped in these bins, like no organization, just bins of crap. And people were all around it, like Black Friday. Like you see, people are like pushing each other out of the way, reaching for things. And I was just like,
to hold on to it for 364 days.
Hey, man, the holidays are right around the corner.
To get that half off or whatever, I was just like, I just want fish and rice and get the hell home. And the post office line out the door, like around the corner. It was just
wild.
Like, wow.
It's so weird how like the holiday spirit is just dust. Day after Christmas, poof. It's back at poof. It's smoke and mirrors now.
The magic has been done.
Yeah. We did the spell, and everybody's tired now and wants to just.
But it's like that with like anything that you build up, like a wedding. You're planning almost a whole freaking year, sometimes two.
Yeah,
you have a special dress and all this whole fucking thing. You parties to have a party. You're having a freaking
rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, rehearsal dinner. Fucking this, that, all this shit, and then you have the one day, and that's it.
And a dope wedding costs like you could get a new car.
Costs as much as Christmas costs. Yeah,
yeah, way more than Christmas.
Yeah, way more than Christmas.
Way more than Christmas. The build up to the event is a lot, and then the event happens, and then it's just
yeah, it's weird. And
like
New
vapor.
Year's, I feel like New Year's is like the redheaded stepchild of the holidays. Like New Year's is like, well, don't worry about it. You guys can still hang out with me. You know, like
you just gotta wait a week.
I know Christmas is over, but
then you can just party and forget about it.
I don't feel like that at all about it.
I do. It's totally the redheaded stepchild of the holidays.
I think we were saying that.
It's like a messenger saying, hey, this fucking year's done, dude. Whatever happened, let's get it out. Put your silver, put your gold on. Let's get to it. That's what New Year's Eve is.
Okay.
Put your silver and gold on.
Why silver and gold?
Because it's flashy.
Bougie.
It's new. It's like everybody's always wearing some kind of silver and gold.
That butt enhancer thing you're
Hell
looking at?
yeah, dude.
Where
I'll get you in those little straps. I'll get the whole thing.
Some heels look awful.
I just think we should have it should be an entire week off after Christmas.
I petition. I'll sign that petition
Nobody
right
wants
now.
to go to work. Everybody that does is not really working. It's like that
it's
in
checkout
between
day.
time. Of
But I'm going to say this. I went to work at 5:00 this morning.
Yeah, you did.
And it was the best thing I could have ever did because I stayed away from y'all crying about the day after Christmas.
We weren't crying.
Like,
it
sucks.
Simon,
yeah, you guys just talked 20 minutes about you guys
Simon was vocal. I was feeling it, but Simon was the one that was very vocal.
I didn't have to be around the feels or the vocality of it. I was just like helping people get back to their normal life. And it helps. It helps to like do something normal after a day like that you've built up, because then it underscores how much you're not going to do today. Like staying home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Aaron, you did say that at one point. You did say, I might as well just work today.
Yeah. But it's funny about like, if you don't work in the service industry, like Mel works in the service industry, so you have to do your normal work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't go to work and be like, it's the holidays, I'll kind of phone it in today. No, there's people you have to check people out. Like, you got to do the thing.
Yeah, Mel's not like, I'm going to hide these cans. I'm going to hide this stuff.
No.
I'll get to it on Thursday maybe or Wednesday.
But like my kind of job, you go in the week between Christmas and New Year's, and it's like the whistling, and everybody's watching YouTube at their desks and throwing paper airplanes. And you're right. Like, it should just be a week of, you know what? You guys worked hard all year. Take it easy, man.
Yeah.
We're going to pay you. Go hang out. Be with your families. Pet your dog.
My job, I should definitely have the week off because nobody really wants to vendor in the cannabis industry. Any product you have in a dispensary as of midnight on the 31st, you were taxed again on.
What?
So all the dispensaries, they
gosh.
don't place orders for like the last week and a half.
Are they trying to sell out completely?
They're trying to sell as much shit as they can. Like the dispensary I did Saturday, everything the day after Christmas with like stuff that would normally be like $300 an ounce is going to be $100 because they're trying to move everything.
So that's hey, everybody, if you live up here in Oregon,
stuff, yeah,
go hit the dispensaries.
They're trying to clear everything out, so then they start the new year because the taxes are ridiculous on cannabis.
All right, Apple, what's the strain everybody should be looking out for right now?
The one I posted Christmas Eve is my.
Well, if they're not on our Patreon, and they should be.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you will never know.
No, come on, help them out.
It's called nitro fumes.
What?
I had that last night.
Yeah, you tasted it. It was Simon tried it too. It's like gassy and fruity at the same time. Because usually it's gassy or fruity, and it's Motor Breath 15 crossed with candy fumes. And it's delightful. It has like a heavy gassiness to it, but then like a fruity flavor too.
Okay.
And a great high.
What's the high like?
It's like indica. It's a good hybrid. It's kind of like right in the middle. It like last night, it made me feel good the entire time we're out there cooking and everything, and then I really enjoyed dinner.
Oh yeah, it got me good to go. Like I was like doing all kinds of chores, and then I worked up an appetite real good. Yeah, it was nice.
What's it called again?
Nitro fumes, and it's FUMEZ.
Of course it is.
You'd have to look up the genetics and find it in your area because the garden up here that grows it is Herbal Dynamics, which was one of my favorite farms up here I've recently discovered.
Yeah, they don't know how to use the letter S in the cannabis industry. They just use.
They're not allowed to.
What?
Well,
it can't be the same thing.
Like they used to have Skittles was one, and the Skittles company got mad, so they changed it to Z Kittles. Drop the S. You drop S's and replace them with Z's, and then that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you also can't have a cow with a bowler hat on.
Sesame Street.
No, you can have a cow with a bowler hat on. He just couldn't have a third eye.
What?
Yeah, the one from that Korova. I know what you're talking about. The shirts and stickers I brought home.
A jaunty bowler hat is fine.
Of all places, they had it in California, but then they tried to bring the brand here, and OLCC, Oregon's regulators were like, no.
No, jaunty hat's fine.
No
third eye's taking it too far.
It's like, come on, man. Go drink your beers and shut up.
Okay. So we got a couple of days of work. And then we're getting ready to go pre-New Year's funk on the 30th at the Get Down with
Sponge.
Nope. Bodie Mojo.
And
Bodie
Spafford.
Mojo.
And Spafford, yeah.
No, Sponge and Family Mystic are going to be at Whirl Pies in Eugene on the 31st.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go catch that if you're in Eugene. It is bound to be one hell of a show. And if you're in Portland, come join us and Spafford on the 30th with Bodie Mojo opening up.
Mel, we had decided that we weren't going to go out on New Year's Eve, that we were going to go out on the 30th.
Yeah.
Can you tell the people like what your thought process was behind that?
I don't know that it was so much forethought. It really was just like last year, before we made plans to see Polyrhythmics, we'd made plans with friends to have a quiet evening at home, kind of like we did the year before. And we had a really cool New Year's party. It's a bunch of our friends, couples, and we made a cute little house and blah, blah, blah. It was a great time. Well, after we interviewed the Polyrhythmics last year, they were like, oh yeah, our New Year's show. So we were like, let's go see Polyrhythmics after we had already made plans to stay home. So we changed our plans, and it was great. It was a great New Year's, but it was a couple little hiccups that night. And so I think that just kind of in an effort to be a little bit more mindful, a little bit more less heady when the New Year starts, to do something on the 30th. That way on the 31st, we can just spend it quietly and wake up on the 1st feeling good and, you know, having remembered what we did.
Instead of rolling into the New Year crunchy as fuck.
And we're going to be having a different dietary change in the new year, all three of us, which I'm really looking forward to. And to start the new year feeling like crap wouldn't lend itself to that. I mean, I feel like it would be let's start the new year how we want the year to go, clear and like on top instead of coming out from under something.
We'll come out from under the day before.
That was my thought. Yeah.
I love this idea since the beginning of it.
Sweet.
Why you never liked going out on New Year's, huh?
Well, not really going out. I enjoyed New Year's, and in the New Year's, used to be all about getting fucked up from like drinking, toasting,
especially
drinking.
Coming from Vegas.
I have no desire to drink on New Year's anymore.
Hell yeah,
dude.
Plus, when we go out on the way, I much rather, especially the way it falls this year, going out on Saturday night and then Sunday just relax and be family again, hang out and just be around the house, have a good dinner, go to bed early.
Yeah.
I don't care about the ball dropping and stuff. I just I'm looking forward to a new year and what you guys just said, like starting it right. I picture myself Sunday night, like reading my book that Mel got me, the
Wim
Hof, and learning about the Iceman. And I already know, since Aaron said it, I want a freaking ice plunge tub.
A cold plunge?
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so everything that Apple just said earlier when we were back to that episode I mentioned earlier, our Christmas episode a few weeks ago. Big changes are hard to do on your own. If you're like a single person, you live in your own condo or your own house, nobody's calling you for shit, you can wake up when you want, go to sleep when you want, you can start anything you fucking want anytime you want. But when you have people that depend, like all of us, we have a dinner night. So if I'm like, I'm going vegan, guys, it's going to be a challenge for the rest of my household. And so the fact that we're all doing this together really is probably my favorite thing to look forward to in this coming year. And we've got Fish Sphere and Fish Mexico. And this was still my favorite thing. Because it's a joint thing that we're all doing, and I'm finally fucking happy that it's about something healthy and not more partying.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, just plain and simple. And I'm not saying I don't like to party. I love partying. It's fun. That's why we do it. But this year was a very busy year, and I'm not going to get into it, but we heard about it from we just heard about it, and about the partying, and I want to be a little bit more responsible. I want to be a little bit more methodical, and I want to get back to some of the things that I did and practiced pre-Portland, because those things made me feel good. Not that I want to be like I was before Portland. I love this, Mel, but maybe implement some of the things that I had going on.
That makes sense. Yeah. Back to your ice bath, dude. You can just get one of them metal planter things.
You can redneck it up. You can get a trolling motor and put it on the end of it and fucking sit down in it, and it circulates the water. I've seen it done.
You don't even need the trolling motor. You just
There's all kinds of different things.
Big tub of ice full of water from the hose.
You're just going to have ice.
Swish it around.
Well, from where?
Get some Bags Ice.
From the industrial ice maker that I ordered.
You can buy Bags Ice at the grocery store.
Oh.
It's a thing they sell. You can get that.
That's a daily practice with like bags that are gonna need at least 20 bags.
Wait a minute. You got to do that shit every day?
There's no have to. You don't have to do it at all. No, you can do it ever.
When you're doing that, you have to do it every day?
Yeah, it's a daily practice. Listen to Joe Rogan once or twice. And during in Kundalini yoga, that was something that was a daily practice. The showers, the cold showers, like I'm not saying I'm Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm Aubrey Marcus. Yeah. None of those guys that are all into every single thing has to be like, they eat certain calories, they work out for X amount of time. But adding cold plunge and heat and sauna, like whether it's dry or wet sauna, into your daily practice of exercise, it helps to detox you, especially the heat, right? And then you go through and with the cold, and that helps your circulation. And if you're working out and you're bringing up all these toxins, those two modalities complement each other. So the cold obviously helps with sore muscles and any kind of inflammation. And then the heat again, helps to kind of detox and purge. So if you're doing these combinations of exercise and, cold and hot therapies, there's a whole science behind it.
Too, I know, like the cold too. One of the things about the cold that has been said forever, cold is good for your health because it kills a lot of bacteria. Most bacteria thrives in warm conditions.
Yes.
And our body temperature of around 98 degrees. The cold kills that shit.
Yes, Apple. That's another.
I honest to God didn't know that they did it every day. I thought it was like maybe a once a week thing. Like I'm going to do my cold plunge today.
No, I didn't mean to get snotty or any kind of way.
A little bit.
It's just how it's a part of their workout regimen.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I guess it too. It would take away any inflammation you had from working out, stressing your joints and all that stuff. I mean,
they're really tearing up their muscles a lot. So like one little cold plunge isn't going to do anything, but the practice of doing it. Plus there's a lot of psychological benefits. We're talking about just like health benefits. When I was doing cold water therapy, there's something about your confidence that it builds that nothing else can do. It makes you feel like you're, I don't even know how to like, if you were the dopest shit and everybody knew it, that's what it makes you feel like. You know what I mean?
I remember doing it with you and just being like, I don't see how she feels great about this. While we're doing it, I'm like, this sucks.
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because it's taking care of yourself. It's literally care for yourself. The way that Joe Rogan does it and Andrew Huberman and all those other guys that are in that cycle that does it, it's different from the way Kundalini Yoga did it.
Yeah, we were doing
Kundalini Yoga was a shower, and it wasn't a shower to get clean. It was a shower to wake up your system. So the thought was when you go to sleep, the blood goes away from your extremities and into your internal organs. So when you wake up, you can be a little bit sluggish and your limbs could fall asleep in the morning and all these kinds of different things. And it takes a minute for you to wake up. But when you go into the cold shower immediately, it immediately flushes the blood out from your organs into your extremities. And it helps increase your circulation. And by increasing your circulation, it also increases your oxygenation. So now you're breathing better, you have the circulation, and there's nothing like the kind of awake that you feel after that.
That's true.
There's there's no groggy, you don't need coffee, you don't need nothing. You don't it's completely fine. Before the cold shower with Kundalini, I would do a whole thing with oiling up myself with almond oil, because that was another aspect to it. So you do your entire body, you rub almond oil on it, and then you get into the cold shower, and then you dry off, and then do 2 hours of yoga.
It was cold first thing in the morning, because you know how when you first get out of bed, it's already cold because you're out of bed. You're out of bed, and the thought of getting into a no hot water shower at all is like, oh shit.
But that's the person you're trying to get rid of.
No, I did it with you.
No, I'm saying this for everybody else. That person, that feeling that you're saying, that's what the confidence fucks up. It's like, shut the fuck up, you little bitch. That's what it does. Like, I'm not kidding. Like that's it. Makes you get rid of that little whiny bitch voice for everything else in your life.
Yeah, that's true.
I woke up this morning and freaking had freezing cold shower. Like, what? I'm not gonna put away the towel because I don't want to go downstairs. It makes you it changes your makeup. It completely changes how you act with yourself. This is not an interaction with anyone else.
No, it's up to you whether you're going to do that shit or not.
Yeah, this is all your own internal dialogue. It shuts you up. It puts you in your right space. And so that's what cold therapy did for me, is it boosted my confidence. It made me quiet that person that kept me wanting to sleep an extra 5 minutes and putting the snooze on.
I remember how good it felt to put on clothes after doing Ishnan. Mm-hmm. Your clothes felt like the coziest, warmest jammies you ever put on in your whole life after you put
But the way
Dunition
that
on.
they do Joe Rogan, they soak for like 3 minutes or
it's
something
3
like
minutes.
that. And then they come out.
Yep.
The cold shower was just about a certain kind of like, you would tap yourself. There was a certain amount of tapping that you would do. So you'd get in the shower. You would not let it hit your thighs. And then you would pound your chest, your arms, your legs, your butt, your back, your head. You do a certain routine, and then you'd get out. So it was like, whether it was 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, that's however long it took. But yeah, man, when you do stuff that ups your personal game that nobody knows about or nobody could influence, the level of attainment that you reach within yourself is like nothing else.
Well, you know what's difficult though is like when you've whatever it is, exercised and lost the weight, or gotten up and done Ishnan every day for 40 days because you did sadhana, or you told yourself you were going to meditate every day and you get up and you meditate, or whatever the thing is, and you do it, and you've done it consistently for a while, and then you have like, you get a cold.
You fall off.
Or you take a vacation, or your parents come visit and you're like, I'll take this week off. And then you turn around and it's been 4 months or whatever, 5 months. Mm-hmm. Getting started again is the hardest fucking thing on the planet, because at least like you had so much momentum and you were doing it and you did the thing and you're in it and it was feeling good. And now you're back at the bottom of the mountain looking up at the top again going, shit.
Well, kind of.
Shit.
You're kind of back because you already went up that mountain now. You know where to place your foot and what to grab
path.
on. Exactly, Apple. You know what's up. So it's not all the way back at the bottom again. You elevate faster than you would have if you just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you okay, the first time took a long time. But the second time or the third or the fifth or however many times you went after that, you know something now. Like, and now you've got all that effort and all of that mindset and all of that experience behind you instead of just, It's
just the first one. At least for me. It's the first one. Like getting to the first one. Once I've done it again, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm doing this now. But it's the first one. Like, oh, I'll do it on Monday. And then Monday comes around and we're busy, and then it's 9:00 at night. And I'm like, fuck it.
This is why I've always admired people who just do what they do no matter what. Like
the guy we saw at the gorge that was running every morning, or people that are on vacation still hitting the gym every day.
Absolutely.
That kind of shit.
Because they're like, I don't care if my parents show up. I don't care if it's Christmas. I don't care if I lost my job. I'm going to do this. And that mindset can only be had by doing stuff you don't want to do and then doing it anyway. Yeah,
the world is filled with shit you don't want to do. It's tough. It's tough to get going again, man.
World full of shit you don't want to do.
Yeah.
I'm excited that you're excited about your book, Apple. I felt I know it's just a book, but
to me it makes sense too, like the whole Iceman thing. I mean, I know, I get it. He's taking it to extreme. I've only read the preface, the first two little parts, to the intro and stuff, but I heard about it from you guys knowing about it, but the Iceman thing, I have always loved being cold, almost to the point of pain, and same with heat. Like I can handle heat that would burn most people, where I don't really feel it, and it's like, oh, it's invigorating. Mm-hmm. Both of those, the extreme heat and cold. The cold, I love. That's how I love this time of year, because I can go sit outside, and it gets everything going.
He'll go out in the morning in shorts. And I'm out there with
shorts,
my hoodie and a
shorts
sweater
and my
on,
Birkenstocks,
a blanket on my lap. I'm like, it's fucking cold.
That's why-
he's shivering. I'm not. He's like, how are you not shivering? I'm like, it's the way I'm made. I don't know. It gets my brain activity going. It actually clears up my vision. It gets everything flowing.
When he was on Joe Rogan, he was talking about the cold being his teacher. And I was like, that's it, dude. That's what made me get the book. Because I was like, I feel like Apple could learn with this because of how you are with the cold.
I feel like
The
Wim
cold's my
Hof
friend.
might be a little bit of a wingnut.
I think most people that do extremes have a wing nut.
You're a wing nut?
Yeah, no shit.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what? Like the wing nuts, if you heard that, and dude, he just wants to freaking help children. That's his whole motivation. He wants to help the world be better and start with children because they're the ones that are going to grow up and make the place better.
They're the ones that have to deal with this.
So his thing is like, if I can show the scientific community that they were wrong about what we can do with our bodies, then we can teach this to the kids and they will grow up knowing something different. And so that can spur a whole freaking thing.
And like that term wing nut, what's a wing nut to me? Like the definition is somebody that does something extremely out of the normal to, you know, and that's what he's doing. That's what most people
Dude,
like
Kim
him do.
Kardashian's a freaking wing nut.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I would rather be a wing nut than a normie.
Square.
Yeah.
I listened to that Joe Rogan interview with
The
him.
whole thing? It's a long one.
No, not the whole thing. A lot of it though. And he's
Well, he's from another country.
yeah.
He's got his whole own
And it's like
way.
it's like anything else. Like, and I'm not shitting on him. Like, I think that he's rad, and I'm into it. But with anybody, with anything like that, like whatever it is, that's like the savior of everything. Do you know what I mean? Like the vitamin guy says that about vitamins, and the yoga guy says that about yoga.
People need to be passionate for people to care. If he was just like, yeah, cold's cool, do it. No, you got to be about it. You have to be about it to get
the shit.
Yes,
The cold is the shit.
It is the shit because look what he fucking did.
No, he's a badass.
But if he was
like I said, not shitting on Wim Hof.
But if he was just like, yeah, it's cool, you guys should think about doing it. It was, kind of changed my life and all, but like, it's up to you, whatever you want.
I'm not talking about having a nonchalant attitude. I'm talking about like, it's the cure for everything all the time. This was the answer to the world.
I like his backup too, because it's like I fucking own 28 world records for my extreme fucking things I do.
Dude, he went blind. He froze his corneas swimming.
It was his retina.
His retinas swimming. Because he couldn't.
But it didn't happen. But then it was fine afterwards.
Yeah,
after he warmed up.
out.
Yeah, like how frogs do.
Wait, frogs do that?
Listen,
frogs freeze themselves to hibernate and then they thaw out.
That's for real? I didn't know that.
My hope, and it's not a secret hope anymore, but my secret hope, and now not secret hope for No Simple Road, is to be as much on our health game as we are on our music game. Period.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, that's my wish for NSR for the new year. And I'm not talking about like perfection. I'm talking about working to get to our point that we feel good and that's not just tolerable, but like I don't know what the perfect word is, but that's what I see.
Homeostasis.
Yeah.
Well, so whatever you want to plug in for like happy and healthy.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Well, and let's be clear, because there's people listening. None of us is sick or like.
It doesn't have to be about sickness.
I'm just saying nobody here is ill.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's okay. We're just talking about up in the game.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm speaking just for me now, but I know you feel the same. We're not getting any younger. I'm going to be turning 55 this year, and I've treated myself pretty shittily most of my life. with the heavy partying and not working out and doing a lot of bad things. I'm lucky to be in as good a shape as I am right now. The
Dude,
way I've treated
how you did
myself
it.
my whole
Yeah,
life.
you really are, Apple. You are very fortunate to have your health and your mind and your emotional state.
I've always been really good. Well, you both know this. I'm really good at riding it right to the brink of like destruction and then being like, whoa. All right, fucking.
But you know what? That's not too abnormal, Apple.
That's not. It's
a lot
testing
of people
your
are.
limits
Yeah.
and your boundaries. And I'm a big kid. I'm always testing it, see what I can get away with.
I don't know what you're talking
And
about.
you
But
know
now as I'm getting older, it's like you need to take care of yourself all the time, not just wait for that fucking that
Wait
for the
fall
crisis.
or that thing to fall off or out or something.
Fall off or out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want anything falling off or
out. No.
Mm-mm.
Or in. I don't want any falling in
Yeah,
either.
that either. My
Whoa.
dad said that it either dries up or leaks as you get older.
Yeah.
So-
And,
What are you doing, babe?
I'm pulling up a post.
and also as you get older too, you start to have more ointments and creams.
Yes, you
and
do.
things
All
to
of a
take
sudden.
care of yourself.
Speaking of Aubrey Marcus, this post he made the other day, everything is super important until you're sick. Then you realize there was only ever one thing that was important, your health. But nonetheless, we borrow from the bank of our health, taking loans on stress and sleepless nights to pay for something that doesn't really matter.
Wow.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well said.
Amen.
Yeah, I saw
It's
that a couple
true.
of days ago and I was like, mm-hmm.
That, yeah, that's
I
it.
need to take a loan out
I'll
on
just
my
say that.
organs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you asked the other day, like, one of the goals of No Simple Road for 2024 is to start getting bigger named guests for the show, like A-list guests. Not that we haven't in the past, just doing it more often. And Aubrey is on that list. And Mel was like, Aaron, why do you want to talk to Aubrey?
Yeah, I have a whole thing about Aubrey. That's why I asked. I was like, why?
I want to hear what's your thing.
Well, I don't want to talk about that. I really don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that up.
I'd say I don't know near as much about him or anything.
I
He rubs
wish
me
I
the wrong
didn't.
way, and he sure flip flops.
Yeah,
I
I wish I didn't know as much about
I admire him. I admire him.
I
and
do
what he-
too.
Like,
I
like
think-
that. What you just read about that and everything. But
He's built a really incredible empire,
That's why I want to have him on.
and that's cool. And he was really adamant about polyamory for a long time, and that was like his whole thing for a long time. And it rubbed me the wrong way because now he's not, and now that's like the number one thing, like his wife and the goddess and this, that, and the other. And I was like, look, everybody has an opportunity to be wrong, and that's fine. But when you have a lot of sway, a lot of people are listening to you.
yeah, when you built an empire.
You built an empire based on something that now you're saying is not ideal or not a fit. That's a lot of people that were listening. And so that's why I don't want to talk about it and say it, because it's probably judgmental of me in some way, shape, or form. But also that's really hurtful to pump something up that's so amazing and so great, and then be like, oh yeah, well, then there's kind of like no real
Here's the thing though, is like, it's the same thing as doing No Simple Road. Like, we're living our lives through the show.
Yeah, well, no, we're growing
in front of people.
Absolutely.
And what I am into today is not what I was into yesterday
It's
or
true.
6 months ago or a year ago. And when we first started No Simple Road, I was like, fuck Dead and Company. Let's do. You know what I mean? Somebody could be listening to that and then listening to us today and be like, what the fuck? Like, you were all about that then, and now you're not. Well, I changed.
Yeah.
I whatever.
You moved on.
I grew since then. Not grew up. I just grew since then. And so it takes a lot of fucking courage to live your shit in front of people on a mic.
It does.
And be willing to be wrong in front of everybody. That's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, it sucks because we've done
no shit.
Yeah, we've done it with a bunch of shit.
And he's doing it with 20 times the listeners that we have or more. That takes a lot of balls. to get up there and be like, this is my shit. And then 6 months later be like, this is not my shit anymore. Like, that's scary. So I have a lot of respect for that. I felt the same way you do about it at one point, but I just thought about it and I was like, fuck, I have a million things like that I've said or whatever on the show in the past.
So do I.
And that's not fair.
Why I said,
I'm
that's
holding,
why I said I'm probably being judgmental, and I am admitting that. But like, even like he had a good friend that he got into that also. And then the next thing you know, that friend goes and gets married, like immediately. Like,
hey man,
I'm saying is like,
we're all on this weird road.
So do we forgive those priests that would touch those little boys? Cause now they grew up and they're like, oh, I saw the error of my ways. That was my life before, but now this. Like,
I don't think Aubrey is.
I'm not, I mean, I did compare him, but I'm just saying there's a lot of things that that's
not a comparison. That's hurting somebody else, willfully causing damage to somebody.
No, he did not do that as far as I know.
Yeah,
as far as I know, he did nothing like that.
He's never coming on the show now. That's for sure. But
whatever. If he doesn't, fine. I didn't want him. I'd have Aubrey. I'd have you on and I'd talk it out, and you'd probably tell me whatever you're going to tell me, and it'd be legit, and it's fine.
I like him because he's funny.
He is funny.
The main thing I like about some of the things he says, he is ballsy, like Aaron said.
There's a lot.
Got a lot of balls, man.
I still listen to him. I still will listen to some of his shows because I think that he has really interesting people on.
And they have great conversations.
They have excellent conversations on. He is like very smart and he reads a lot. And so there's the questions that he poses to his guests are very thoughtful and stuff that you would really want to know if you would have thought to ask it. So I respect him and all of that, but like that, it rubbed me the wrong way. That's it.
No, I get it.
That's all.
And the other side of it that I'm answering your question, why I would want to have him on. When Matt came to town, we had talked a little bit about spirituality, Matt from P Groove. Mm-hmm. And as guys, there's not a lot of like dope homies that are doing spiritual shit like that you can. There's a handful that I can think of. You know what I mean? That are like on the level doing shit.
There's a lot of people doing it. A lot. I see so many. Whether or
without
not
the package.
Well, there you go.
Without the fucking off-putting mala bead man bun package. That's what I'm talking about on the level.
But some of those guys are they just put their hair up. That's it.
Exactly. But still.
You know what I'm saying? Like those mala beads, maybe his mom gave him those. He didn't even care about them, but his mom, what I'm saying is that we see these people that turn us off in those kind of ways, but we don't really know what's going on and how they got to be where they're at.
Yes. But I'm making a sweeping generality.
It also annoys me too, like the Joe Rogans, Aubrey and stuff that are like jacked, and
that's how it's got to be.
They're the opposite of the beads and everything. They're like the fucking extreme fucking dudes. To me, that's like fucking chill out, bro. You're gonna fucking have an aneurysm.
Pull a hammy.
I've always worried about Joe Rogan since young age, watching him on Fear Factor, everything, seeing him do stand-up comedy in Vegas. Like with his veins popping out, he looks like he's going to explode sometimes, but that's just the intensity that he carries. Mm-hmm. But to me, that's the same thing as the beat. It's like the two extremes. It's like, I like to just
my point was there's not a lot of dudes to look up to in that arena for me personally.
Yeah, I get that.
There's some shit that Aubrey does and says that I like, wow, that's fucking dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I do know what
that's
you mean.
why
we've talked about this off air, everybody, just so you know. Aaron and I have had extensive conversations about Aubrey Marcus and what he's done and all of that stuff. And for me, the jury is still out. And it's not that I don't understand what you're saying. You're right. There's a lot of it's hard to be any kind of person and have somebody to look up to. It really is. There's always something like, oh, they're fucking annoying, or why do they got to be, showing do this? I don't know. Like,
oh, they don't like coffee. They only drink tea. Fuck them.
Yeah, I don't have very many people to look up to in that realm, because the same thing. Girls, I have the fucking mala beads and then the this and that and the fucking other thing, and it's like, come on, man, let's just talk real shit.
Yeah, can we
let's
just
well, that's why
out.
To me, nobody seems it's just like politics or anything. I don't believe 100% of anything anybody is offering up. You got to pick and choose your things and then leave it alone. Find what you need from that and then create your own.
Yes, and that's what I feel like all three of us have done, and that's why I think we all get along on that spiritual plane so well, because we've all had our own like experiences with religion, the opposite, atheism, music as our religion, children as our religion, all this shit. And I think that for the three of us where we're at now, we've come up with a really a good place to be, whereas we're this age and at this point of our life, that there's substance and it doesn't have to be from some weird outside source.
We've come up with our own brand of magic. It's called No Simple Road.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really
I don't want to join no club or subscription or
but
like any of the hell no.
Oh, dude,
never
$19.99, brother. Come on.
You know me my
I got
whole
the answers
life.
right here.
I'm the last
Look at my
person
man
to
bun and my
jump into
mala
that
beads.
shit.
You want to wear these baggy pants? Got to be cool.
Absolutely not.
Aaron and I will help you find your twin flame.
That's right, dude.
Peace out. And then that's the point where it's like, I'm done.
This is another thing. When you deal with spirituality and people's like souls,
danger, Will Robinson,
that to me is just, that's worse than like violating, like stealing from somebody's house. Like when you misguide them, or one, because you don't know, or two, because you do know and you're trying to
taking advantage of their weakness.
Yeah, that's the worst thing in the world to me. And so that's, I try to avoid that shit. And sometimes I don't. I'll dive headfirst into it. As a matter of fact, Simon came home the other day and you were sleeping, and I don't know if you were out there, Apple. I don't think you were, but he started to ask me about when I went to yoga camp all those years ago, because he was young. He was like 8
or 9.
Yeah. So he didn't have the wherewithal to understand what was really going on, And so he was asking me a lot of questions, and he's like, Mom, but that's like a cult. And I was like, yeah, I know now. But I'm the kind of person that wants to know. It was like promising all these like rewards, physical, spiritual knowledge, all this shit. I wanted to see if I did it to the letter, did it work? And
they had you scrubbing
I didn't
statues
even mind
with
that.
a toothbrush.
But see, I didn't mind that. Like, some people are like, they're so above shit. I'll fucking scrub a toilet with a toothbrush. I don't care. Like, I'm not too proud to do that. But when you start messing with people's like spirituality and like
their agency,
like implanting stuff in them, and like that's a whole different thing than making me scrub a toilet with a toothbrush. I like making them bow down to your picture and shit like that's not right. That kind of stuff. No. But also, I still went in there. Nobody tied my hands up. I did it willingly because I wanted to know about it. It was like investigative journaling.
No, it wasn't. You were
I was
hook,
in
line,
it.
and sinker.
No, I was in it.
Don't make it seem like you were an investigative journalist.
I'm saying that that's my way of doing it. I'm going all in.
Okay.
I wasn't just on the periphery of Kundalini yoga. I was like involved in it. They have fucking special underwear, special fucking fabrics, all kinds of, you have sex certain times of the week. You can't all this crazy shit. And I was doing it. And it's bullshit.
And now you're not.
And it's bullshit.
And now you're not.
Well, not all of it. Let me just say that. It's not all
the yoga
bullshit.
You picked things. Yeah, you ended
Back
up
to the
coming
cherry
out
picking.
of the other end
Yes.
after processing it with the few things you need.
That was the thing that I loved.
And there is no reason to scrub a toilet with a toothbrush when you have
or
big brushes.
Or a statue.
That shit done in a fraction of the time.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't a toilet, everybody. It was a statue.
Now, motherfuckers. Oh,
That's the thing that I love the most about the OTO and Thelema is that part of the rules or whatever of all of that was you're not allowed to tell anybody else what to think about this shit. Like everybody got to figure this out for themselves. There's no class on the book of the law. Nobody's teaching that class. It doesn't exist.
And the exact opposite was exciting for me because everything was written to the letter. So I was like, how the fuck do they know so much that it's so specific?
They make that shit up.
So that's why I wanted to do it because I was like, why is it so fucking specific? How do they know from 3 a.m. to 7 p.m. this is how you should breathe and eat, and then from 7 a to fucking 12 afternoon this is. So there was a lot of things in there that were very intriguing to a mind like mine that likes to chew on stuff, and so that was one of the appeals to it, that there was so many rules that I was able to, like, I don't know, just be busy thinking about all these rules all the time.
That's one of the
and
things.
I went hard left on that shit and was like, nobody tell me anything. I'll figure it out myself.
That's one of the things with this stuff like that's so structured and everything. It's like, okay, whoever came up with this, that worked for them, but we're all different.
Yes, Apple.
Metabolisms, our organ, like everything about us is molecularly different.
Yeah, and I'm doing
than the
these
other
practices.
person next to you, and they're telling you this is the way.
No, dude.
Well,
it's like that was the way for you.
We're
Shut
doing these
the fuck
practices
up.
from ancient India.
in air quotes.
Even better,
And so
ancient
exactly,
ways
so
to do
there's
things.
we're in fucking we're in the future. We can fucking diagnose stuff over the phone.
I can have ketamine delivered to my house.
Yeah, like there's so many crazy things going on right now. I don't regret it. I probably would do it again during that time. I mean, I won't do it again
like,
now.
what?
No, I won't do it again now. But I mean, I probably would have still done it because that was it. It was a huge learning lesson for me for many things, for many things. And the biggest boon that I got out of it was knowing how much my body can handle, like what I can do with it.
Yeah, I got some of that peripheral from you during that because I was doing it with you.
I mean, it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was no joke. Wow, I don't know how we got into all that. That's crazy.
It was on our mind, clearly.
That's crazy.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, it's going into the new year. That's how it all went about this way.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Change.
Well, I'll tell you guys, if you pull on my left finger at the full moon 5 times.
It's coming up right now.
Yeah, I'm serious. Then all of your spiritual woes will go away.
Did it? I just did it, guys.
Your vibratory field will be realigned and your chakras will open. You'll experience spontaneous kundalini.
Okay, so wait, what's the craziest thing that you've ever done spiritually, Aaron? It's the craziest spiritual thing you've ever done.
Craziest?
Yes.
Spirit. Okay, craziest. I went out to the Valley of Fire in the middle of the summer by myself. I had somebody drop me off there with nothing. I had nothing except 3 gallons of water with cayenne pepper, lemon juice, and honey in it.
What?
And they left me there for 3 days with no like backpack.
And that was for a spiritual reason.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's the craziest. And Dave, if you're listening, I love you, brother. Dave is the one that dropped me off out there. And they were supposed to come back 3 days later, like at noon. And they didn't show up. And I was in the middle of fucking nowhere in the summer in the Valley of Fire.
How would they find you in the middle of nowhere?
Because they knew where they dropped me off. And I was running out of water. And they weren't showing up. And they were like 4 hours late, which is a long time to sit there and oh shit in the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the craziest
shitting.
spiritual thing I've ever done. Stupid. Awful.
Sounds like you're better for it.
Oh,
You learn not to have anybody drop you off.
I learned that
for 3
the
days.
coyotes announce the dawn. I learned that every day. I found a cave and I slept in this little hole in a cave, and the coyotes would come right when the sun, like you would know right before the sun would come up, because they would all start doing what coyotes do. And then the crows would come when the sun went down and chatter about the evening.
The days.
Yeah, it was a trip.
I say there's a lot of life in the desert.
Yeah.
People think
What about
there's
you,
not.
Apple?
Spirit. Well, first thing that popped to mind, but that's like religions.
Yeah, anything.
Accepting Jesus Lord, Jesus
crazy.
Christ as my Lord
That
and
was it.
Savior on meth when you guys drugged me to your church that day.
That's definitely
fucking
a
crazy.
crazy spiritual thing.
Yeah, I've talked about that before. They're like, we just want Aaron's like, I want you to come see me lead the band. It's really cool. I was like, okay, I want to go see my brother lead the band. He's fucking
No,
jams.
we got you now.
Yep, got me in there, and it's like, James Apple, please come up. They're like bringing people up out of the crowd, and I was just like, I just went with it, and
Yeah.
was like, oh yeah, I feel it. Okay, and it's time to go. Fuck you guys. God damn it.
Oh, gosh.
Mel, do you think
I
going
mean,
to
spirit-
yoga camp was yours?
I mean, I think that's probably my most intense. For
Joining
sure.
a cult, straight up.
I would say baptizing my daughter, not wanting to my estranged brother and cousin. Now that's like, why would I do that? Why would I baptize my kid? Like, I didn't even want to do that in the first place, but I did it to a church that I didn't belong to.
Weird.
Because it was like, my mom was like, that's what you do. You baptize, you get a godfather and a godmother for your baby.
Is that a Catholic thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Godparents?
And so
okay. Godparent.
both my daughter's godparents, I don't talk to them, and I will never talk to them again.
Yeah,
So that's a crazy. Well, I
we
mean,
Jews don't have godparents.
yeah, that was a weird. I mean, it's
I'm a
kind
godfather,
of
and
it's-
I don't communicate.
yeah. Like, what's the point? And it's like binding. It's like a certificate. It's like you have to do all these classes.
yeah.
Like, it's a thing. They had to do
Sign
certain
papers.
classes.
Really?
Yes,
Sign papers
It is a
with
thing.
the priest at the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
You
because
go to
if
several
something happens-
orientations.
If
Yeah.
you don't do it, do they put you in like priest jail?
If
No,
you
you
don't
can't
do
do
it, you don't
shit.
get you're not the
then you just
godfather or
don't
the
do
god.
it. Yeah, then you just don't do
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
So there's no pressure.
Yeah, there's no pressure.
That's why I went along with it. I was like, yeah, Bill, I'll be the godfather of your kids, whatever.
But yeah,
now it's way past. They're grown up. They're,
Yeah. But like, you're supposed to, if something ever happens, they're supposed to take care of your kids
and raise them in the faith.
Okay.
because
as your
you
own. So
promised.
it's like a nice thought, but like
It's cute.
thinking back on it, like, why would I entrust my child to people? Yeah, is my brother, my cousin at the time, but like to a place I didn't want to people that didn't know me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
it was just like a strange thing that I did.
Well,
Now, see, when I did it, it was with Billy, and I'll know Billy till the day I die. But his daughters are like all grown up, and I did it. I even told, I was like, "Yeah, I want to be a godfather." Like the whole kind of comical thing
Yeah,
of
it's cool.
I was like,
Kiss the ring.
you owe me a favor. I'm gonna call you. I used to do that to his kid, and we played a whole thing. It was more fun than anything, but the Catholicism part of it, like I went and had several orientations with just me and the priest of like
God, I
what's
would've
expected
paid
of
to
you.
be there to see
They
that.
give you stuff to read and everything, and then you go in
Oh,
that
yeah.
day and you sign the papers. Like, I promise, if
Yeah, they have a special
if
like
their parents
ceremony.
die, I will even it even says it's like, even if this is not my faith, I am agreeing to raise them in this faith.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't have to convert to Catholicism and all that, but it was like, I promise I will raise these kids, until they're 18 in this faith.
well, I don't think. I mean, you're a devout Sufi, so you can't be Catholic, right?
Yeah, no, it's souffle.
Oh, okay.
Souffle.
I thought.
I'm very into desserts.
Well, just goes to show you don't ever know. Watch each card you play and play it slow. That's what I learned through 2 years of this shit.
And look, Aubrey,
investigate
I ain't mad at you.
things.
All right, I ain't mad at you. I just
That's the thing.
I
Yeah,
got-
I ain't
yeah.
mad at nobody.
I ain't mad at nobody.
We just notice people do dumb things, and it's
and
like,
they notice
oh,
we do dumb shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah. ain't
people
nobody-
notice our
Yeah.
And
dumbass.
there's no such thing as perfect. So
Well, thanks for listening to our dumbass shit,
And- yeah.
everybody.
Next week, we're going to be saying the exact opposite. So don't get mad at us.
I know. We're
Yeah.
going to be like, dude, Aubrey Marcus is my favorite, dude.
can't
I
wait.
love him so much. He is so smart, and everything that he's done up until now, I totally agree with. All right. I'm talking shit.
Yeah, you're talking shit now.
I'm just talking shit, guys. I'm having a good time. It's my podcast. I'm having
Good
fun.
time.
It's the
my
holidays.
podcast, and I'll talk shit if I
Yeah,
want to.
it's the holidays.
It's so okay. That was the. I was going to ask that at the beginning of the top of the
Yes,
show.
it still counts.
Is it still the holidays?
Yes, because New Year's is still a holiday that hasn't been celebrated.
Yeah.
And
It is still the holidays, but the pressure is off because the big one that involves giving gifts, receiving gifts, all the like you don't. I mean, well, I guess some people do, but there's not like a expectation for a New Year's Eve dinner and this and that.
Some people,
and,
yeah.
That's why I said some people, but that's not anything we've done. Not most people. It's not like expected. There's a ham.
That's why it's
I
still
take
the holidays.
that back. New Year's Day has always been a thing in my family. You're supposed to eat black-eyed peas because that's good luck.
okay. And then next question. Does the holidays include Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, or just Christmas and New Year's?
I think it's Thanksgiving too, because
I'd even throw Halloween in there.
Yeah,
It all
absolutely.
starts with the fall.
yep. Think about this: when you go into any like a Walmart or grocery store, they tell you when the holidays start. You start seeing the different like
The
decorations.
holidays start in February because there's
Well, we're planning
Day shit.
Valentine's
That's
already.
not a holiday.
It's not a holiday, but you know what I mean. Like once not Thanksgiving, once Halloween shows up,
It's on.
it's the holiday season.
okay. That's fair. I've always wondered that if it was a threefer or a twofer.
I've always looked at it as like from Christmas until New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else, like even the 4th of July, that's not a holiday. That's like that. Those to me are more celebrations. All the other things that happen are observances, and they're one-offs.
Yes.
They don't run into like Memorial Day, Veterans Day, are supposed to be to admire people that served in the forces. You know, the certain things that have been screwed up by consumerism and stuff nowadays. But
I
You're
want
right. You're
I
right
want an
about
Apple
that.
calendar that has like, this isn't a holiday. This is an observance. This is a holiday. Today is not a holiday. It's a celebration.
What's the difference between a
Yeah.
holiday and an observance? Like what is a holiday? What is that? Do we know what like that means? Like for real?
to me, holiday, it's like kind of what you said. It's the thing. Well, and then that's wrong too, because like they really push, Valentine's Day and stuff like that, and I don't even think of Easter as a holiday. Easter,
Well, no, if you're not
isn't a thing.
religious,
It's
Okay, a day of festivity or recreation when no work is done.
recreation.
Recreation, sorry. Well, I like recreation.
I like recreation
I mean,
too. You're recreating and
yeah, let's see any more
What
definitions.
was that definition for?
recreation would go
For
with
for
Thanksgiving.
holiday.
Okay. Do we got a
Extended period of leisure and recreation, especially one spent away from home or in a traveling a vacation.
Okay, that's like
That's
the
a holiday.
that's like the
British.
European.
Yes. Okay, so festivity or recreation when no work is done.
I'm down. So festivity or recreation when no work is done. That's the holiday.
Yes.
So then a music festival.
Wait,
so
music
Well, you know what
festival is a
it-
holiday.
So listen, the meaning of holiday is holy day.
Oh, then even more so.
So there's a few definitions
Okay.
here, I guess.
All right. Well,
Oh, holy day.
let's have more holidays.
Well, I'll say this. I'm grateful for the holiday that we just observed.
Yeah, it was dope.
It was amazing. It was quiet. It was thoughtful. It was full of family. And I'm really grateful for our family and friends this
And
season.
we hope that all of you had
For
a
reals.
really, really dope, relaxing, fun Christmas, and Hanukkah, and whatever you celebrated. And thanks for understanding and giving us the day off on Monday. We don't do that very often. We do it when it's appropriate.
What?
And it was we took the day off on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
No Simple Road did. But
Yeah,
we're back.
on that wouldn't have, if Christmas would have been on a Wednesday, it wouldn't have happened. It
No,
just
no,
was
I'm just
where
saying, yeah.
Christmas fell.
That was our Christmas day off, everybody. So
Yeah, Santa was really tired from delivering all those gifts all around the world. I want full credit for that.
You get credit. Apple's getting credit with other people's kids now.
Yeah.
We called Mel's sister, and her kids were thanking Apple for their gifts.
Wait, can I just say the cutest little thing? My little adorable nephew, all he wants is for Santa to come to his birthday party.
When's his birthday?
January 4th.
Totally makes sense.
And I've never heard that before. A kid wanting Santa to come to their birthday party.
That's how much he likes Santa.
And when he saw Apple,
his face lit
he
up.
Shit his pants.
And I wasn't even in my Santa outfit. I had my woven free hat on.
Yes.
And just looked
like Santa.
Like yourself.
Like Santa to kids.
It was the cutest, like seeing your celebrity crush or something on the phone.
Was cute.
He got kind of bashful. He was kind of like,
thanks for the gifts.
Kind of like didn't want to make direct eye contact too hard, but was like, thank you for everything.
It's so cute. How
he got a guitar. This kid, how old is he?
Well, he's gonna be 4.
Okay, so he's wanted a guitar. Me and Mel got him a guitar, and Mel's sister was like, show Auntie Mel and Aaron how you play your guitar, and he like puts it on his lap, and he's like strumming with his hands, but this kid closes his eyes and is rocking back and forth playing,
and it sounds good.
It does sound good.
And was playing it like a harp, like he would a harp, like, with both hands,
like a slide guitar.
I was like, Murphy, you need to get that kid guitar lessons, because he's got the hardest part of playing the guitar down already. It's the feel.
He immediately wanted to close his eyes and feel that. I've never seen that before.
That was cool.
That's amazing.
The next trend.
With Jasper with his keyboard, Jonah with the guitar, and Lucy once she gets her drum, we got a band.
We got
going.
a family. We could be the Partridge. We could be the Partridge Family management.
Redux.
Yeah, we'll travel around in a bus, psychedelic bus, and have the kids play shows.
A miniature little kid band. People would go apeshit for it.
I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's get it together. No Simple Road. Coming to your town.
You'll burn it down.
Kids are going to rock it down. All right, everybody. We'll be back on Friday. I promise. You have my word, with another episode. And until then, be safe, and we will see you soon. We love you all. Smile as stranger, safety third, hydrate, and we'll be back with a recap of 2023.
Yeah, thanks for listening to our
recap,
our nuggets for today.
Yep. Don't take anything we said to the bank, because it could all change next week.
Yep. I already feel different after I said all that stuff.
I don't believe anything I just said.
Love you guys. Peace.
But it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. 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 Windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hey, what's up? This is Blake Weiland. I'm the host of the Tone Mob Podcast. It's a show where I interview guitar people about guitar stuff. We talk about their pedals, their amps, their accessories, their preferences, all that stuff, as well as a healthy dose of whatever comes up. Topics have ranged from aliens to addiction and anywhere in between. Oh yeah, and pizza. We're definitely going to be talking about pizza. So get the show wherever you're listening to this podcast at. Just search The Tone Mob in your search bar and it will pop right up. Come join us. We're having a lot of fun. Thanks for checking it out.